Okay, it's that time of year again. I hope you're in the holiday spirit. I don't have anything else to say about Christmas. I said all I needed in those Christmas episodes. Obviously, if you have not seen that video, definitely go watch it. Honestly, let's just get straight into it. SpongeBob's Christmas episodes. The first one's about Plankton being tired of never being on the nice list. Gee, I wonder why. So he concocts a plan to change all that with his fruitcake that contains zirconium. And no, it doesn't make you jerk your meat. So the first person he gives it to is SpongeBob. Even after stuffing him, it has no effect. Plankton gives up and lets SpongeBob drive the fruitcake boat. So after driving around and giving people pieces of the fruitcake, everyone in Bikini Bottom turns into a bunch of jerks, and mayhem ensues. Also, Plankton lets loose his role of SpongeBob to fuck up even more. It turns out the reason SpongeBob isn't affected by the fruitcake is because he has such a pure heart. They figure out a way to change people back, but it's too late. Everyone is considered naughty except Plankton. But obviously, it can't end in a sad way. After the robo SpongeBob is destroyed, Santa realizes it's Plankton who's truly naughty. Now, the second episode was just about SpongeBob, Patrick, and Plankton going to the North Pole so that SpongeBob can get Santa his present that he missed last Christmas because his thick, big booty ass hid behind the couch. Of course, you got some mishaps on the way, and Plankton's only there so he can put himself on a nice list. SpongeBob does get to give his present to Santa. It was a thank you letter. You could have just mailed that, wasting everybody's damn time. Now these episodes, honestly, shout out to No Part Break for asking to know what my thoughts would be on these episodes in last year's Christmas video. If not for them, I wouldn't have included these because to me, anything past season 4 of SpongeBob is garbage. So the first episode I think is okay. The stop motion and style of the episode gives it a different vibe. It's not too over the top or annoying. The plot is decent, but it does heavily remind me of Phineas and Ferb's first Christmas episode where Doofenshmirtz makes Dansville listed as naughty. I think that episode was a lot better. Still, this wasn't a bad watch. Also, what in the hell is this? What the fuck is that? Yeah, that's your Santa. What the fuck is that? Now the second episode. I'm losing brain cells. What am I watching? Yeah, it's not good. It's pretty awful. It's not a fun watch. The humor is so bottom barrel stupidity. I know this is a kid show, but god damn, this is Igloo and Crane's humor. Terrible writing. The only decent thing I can say is the reindeers remind me of something out of a regular show. Other than that, skip this episode and just watch the first one. Or skip both and watch the Phineas and Ferb Christmas episode. Next, Malcolm in the Middle's Christmas episode. You have Hal and Louis budgeting their money so that they can get gifts for the boys. But it's really pointless because the next day, Louis tweaks the fuck out and goes on a road rage fender bender with some lady in the parking lot who didn't want to apologize for hitting her car door. So due to unfortunate circumstances, all the gifts for Christmas this year will be handmade. Fast forward to Christmas Day, it's time to gather around this raggedy paper tree and open presents. Dewey made a custom photo frame for his parents and composed a sonata for Louis. Is he Mozart? Reese made Louis a box of jam and candy. Malcolm made his parents these clocks. Stop capping! Now it's Hal's turn. But after receiving those wonderful handmade gifts, he can't compete with whatever this bullshit is in coupon cards. Hal panics and tells the boys they have to drive to get to where their present is. That is 1,000 times better than some lame ass boring old Disneyland. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. They have a negative $500 to their name. He's just stalling and making up nonsense. Hal stops at a gas station and pretends to fill up on gas. He's desperate. As he's scrummaging through a dumpster, he sees a speck of oil on the ground. He tries to slip on it to claim insurance fraud. Yup. He's fine. Even if he did get hurt, the owner doesn't have insurance. Meanwhile, Dewey finds a receipt for clocks that were purchased by Malcolm with his credit card. Hal uses this opportunity to teach his sons a lesson about Christmas and giving gifts that even a hug is enough. Yo, pickpocketing your son. Yo, this man is... Yeah, he uses the card to take them skiing. Okay, this episode is just a wild ride. Yeah, see the stop sign? Since you're stop. Yo, what are you doing? The dumbest shit. This doesn't make sense. It's a roller coaster of insanity. Like, I understand people can be really petty, but goddamn, was it really that serious to demolish each other's cars? Honestly, why didn't Louis just drag this lady out her car and beat the brakes off her ass? She's gangster, right? I'd rather take the chance of losing the fight than to lose my money. So let's be honest. When they were giving the gifts, if I was one of the brothers, I'm calling out Malcolm. Because how do you believe he made these clocks? He's not a master craftsman. You're not Timothy. Now, Hal, I don't know how much time you had to make your gifts, but golly, you definitely could have came up with something better than this. I'm still so very confused. The coupons are somewhat decent, depending what's written on them. Also, potentially ruining your son's credit score is diabolical work. Oh, father. But this episode is really good. It's very funny. Yo, shut your bitch ass up. Back the fuck up.
That lady at the car wash rides one of these.
Yo, what are y'all doing? Why are you touching? It really does have that Christmas spirit. It's kind of relatable. More so, especially if you have a dysfunctional family. So I'm sure this hits home. Next episode. Tales from the Crip Christmas episode? Yeah, I know, very surprising. I thought this would have been something enjoyable and goofy to throw in. No, it was fucking stupid. Honestly, it was pissing me off. The amount of times I just had to stop asking these logical questions is too many to count. Because, boy, where do I even start? The most questionable thing to me is how the fuck is this goddamn psycho out here in this cold ass freezing weather with this goddamn snowstorm going on? Like, how did he not get hypothermia? It's not like he came straight here after escaping the insane asylum. He murdered 4 other women before getting here. Also, why is he misogynist? Wait, this is late 80s. Makes sense. What doesn't make sense is a lady who was never named. She's low-key a bag fumbler because she could have easily covered up murdering her boyfriend, which, hold on, wait, let me finish. After she was attacked by the psycho Santa, she calls the police, but she stops herself from saying anything because of what she did to her boyfriend. But she's not big brain because in that moment, I immediately thought, oh, that's a perfect cover-up, which sounds wild to say, but she doesn't realize to use this opportunity until it's too late. And you might be thinking, oh, but there's a maniac out there. She had a gun, the blicky in the closet. All she had to do was camp to the top of the stairs and hard him until the police came, because they were coming anyways to check on everyone in the area. Another thing that was getting me tight. Santa. She wakes up to that? Wait, what does it make sense? Yo, her mother's screaming bloody murder twice. Doesn't wake up. Window breaks. Doesn't wake up. Door closes lightly. Wakes up. What? And she lets in the psycho Santa. Yeah. Next episode. Regular show's Christmas episode. You have everyone who works at the park complaining to Benson that they don't want to do the white elephant gift exchange because over the years they have grown sick and tired of Muscle Man's stupid gift pranks. One year it was gloves made from his underwear. The next year it was sweaters covered with itchy powder. Another year it was a 20-year-old bottle of ranch. Why and how do you have something like that? But Benson tells them not to worry. He already came up with a plan to break the exchange. After remembering those painful memories, the guys go through with getting the perfect gifts to get revenge on Muscle Man. Not sure whose gift to give him. Benson says fuck it and tells them to combine it all into one ultimate gift. It's finally time for the white elephant gift exchange. A few minutes later, it's now Rigby's turn. There's only 2 gifts left, Muscle Man's and the ultimate gift. Obviously, he has to pick Muscle Man's gift, and surprisingly, it turns out to be a TV. Muscle Man gives a tearful apology about his dumb prank gifts. After he's done, Muscle Man goes to grab the last gift, and as he's doing so, everyone except him is transported to the Temple of Gifts. After realizing the error of their ways, the elephant agrees to send them back. Benson stops Muscle Man and almost confesses the truth, but Rigby opens the TV and finds a bunch of old Chinese food in it. So they proceed with the prank. Yeah, we just witnessed Muscle Man get covered in old clam chowder and is asking him to be by his old gifts, baseballs, and for some reason an elf. Now this episode is pretty solid. Honestly, I don't really have too much thoughts on it. Compared to most regular show episodes, this one's pretty tame. It doesn't go balls off the wall crazy. It's simple and straightforward. I do think it's missing that holiday vibe, that holiday spirit to it. It's only kind of slightly there when Muscle Man gives his fake heartfelt apology. Now thinking about it, this episode is a little disappointing, just a tad. I expected more insanity and over top humor, especially when they got transported to the Temple of Gifts. But it's very short-lived and it felt kind of pointless, or I guess a wasted idea to have in this episode. I don't know, it definitely felt like they could have done more with it. And I know there's 3 other Christmas episodes, but this is the one I chose. It is what it is. Next, the Fresh Prince Christmas episode. You have the whole family, including even the aunties, spending Christmas at a ski resort. There's some minor hiccups, like there's not enough beds for everyone because the realtor kind of lied to them. Uncle Lester breaks or hurts his leg. I'm not sure. He's dancing like it's nothing. Aside from that, everyone is happy, having a good time. So much so that the adults take the party to the lodge for the Christmas party. A few seconds after they leave, someone comes knocking on the door, asking to use their phone because their car broke down. Of course, Carlton agrees, but Will pushes him out since he's a stranger. Carlton, Hillary, and Ashley convince Will to let him in since it's too cold to leave him out there, and that it's Christmas. Oh boy.
Hey, my man Arnold. Hey, why don't you say Merry Christmas for the camera?
Oh, Merry Christmas. Could I say one more thing?
Yeah, hurry up though. I'm about to run out of tape.
Oh, okay. Nobody move. This is a stick-up.
Yeah, he played them clean, leaving nothing behind. Later that night, Carlton confides in Will about how scared he was. He now realizes how precious life is, and that he'll always make sure to let his family know how much he loves them. The next morning, even though Christmas is practically ruined, the family reminiscing childhood memories and say what their gifts are to one another. See, it's not that bad, especially since apparently they got the guy that stole everything. The bad news is he already unloaded everything. He did leave one thing, a pregnancy test, and it's confirmed Aunt Janice is pregnant, so that's good. Okay, this episode, I know everyone's parents have told them to never talk to strangers, to never let anyone in the house. So why the hell did not listen to that or Will? Maybe it's that rich life living in Bel Air. Maybe it's being in Utah. I don't know. I will say, I know most of the episodes I talked about so far have been pretty wacky and nutty. This is the second episode that gives you that Christmas vibe, that holiday spirit. It feels homey, it's cozy, it's comfy. It makes you want to have your family nearby. It just feels like Christmas. You feel good, it's somewhat nostalgic, and maybe reminds you of your family or a similar situation. Of course, it has its funny moments.
You be back here by 10. And don't make me have to come down there and get you.
How are you? It sure is good to see you.
Really? I thought you said next time I see that white boy, I hope he's under a bus.
That was just a figure of speech.
Only black people I've seen been in the Ray Charles Pepsi commercial.
You're kidding. Every time I turn around, I see a black person.
An unfortunate moment being robbed and having your belongings being taken away, but it has kind of a strong message. At the end of the day, forget all the presents and gifts. As long as you have your health and family, that's all that matters. That's what's important. On to the next. Dexter's Christmas episode, a classic. I vaguely remember this from when I was younger, and upon rewatching it, it's another one that pissed me off. And I felt like I was losing brain cells again, albeit for a different reason. Like, Dexter has this very illogical story and said that his dad is the one who puts the gifts under the tree. His mom dresses up as a reindeer to help him get in and out of the chimney. They somehow get the car on top of the roof like it wouldn't collapse through. Dexter's supposed to be this genius. He's smart. He knows all the science mumbo jumbo, but yet somehow he can't tell the difference between his father and some bearded man who has a different voice, who only says ho 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 ho. You would think upon closer inspection when you're trying to rip off Santa's beard, oh damn, oh fuck, this isn't my pops. You would also think when a reindeer steps in to defend Santa, he would maybe come to the conclusion that this man might actually be Santa. But no, he thinks this animal is actually his mother. And when Santa leaves on his sled flying away in the night sky, you again think Dexter would finally realize, oh yeah, he's a real deal. He's legit. This is a one in a lifetime experience. I'm a dumbass. But no, he's too far gone in his delusion that he has to hunt and chase down poor Santa. Just to prove he's right when in actuality he's wrong. He destroys his house and ruins Christmas for his family. Next episode. And finally, the Twilight Zone's Christmas episode. You have
Mr. Henry Corwin, normally unemployed, who once a year takes the lead role in the uniquely popular American institution, that of the department store Santa Claus, in a road company version of The Night Before Christmas. But in just a moment, Mr. Henry Corwin, ersatz Santa Claus, will enter a strange kind of North Pole, which is one part the wondrous spirit of Christmas and one part the magic that can only be found in the Twilight Zone.
So after getting wasted at the bar during his lunch break, Corwin heads back to the mall to continue his shift. Of course, having too many shots, he's having a hard time walking. So much so that he falls and almost breaks his goddamn neck. This upsets one of the parents. The manager tries to keep everyone calm. He then fires Corwin. Corwin begins to vent from the heart about all things he's sad to see around his neighborhood, especially during the holidays. It crushes him to know all these children living in poverty won't be receiving anything for Christmas. That his reason for drinking is that he thinks it's better to drown his sorrows in alcohol than to drown in his tears. And the other reason he drinks is so that when he walks down the tenements, he can pretend that it's a North Pole. The children are elves and he's really Santa Claus. After pouring his heart out, Corwin heads home. As he's walking through his neighborhood, Corwin begins to hear bells jingling. The sound leads him to a bag that at first appears to be full of cans. As he's walking away, he hears the bells again. He turns around and sees that the bag is now full of gifts. So with this miracle, Corwin goes around giving everyone gifts. He ends up at this church, I think. He gives everyone at the service presents, but for some reason the sister decides to get a police officer to take Corwin down to the station, and for some reason his manager is called down. After proving he didn't steal anything, he gives out the last of the gifts to the children. And even though in the end he didn't receive anything for himself, all he could ever ask for was being the best gift giver of all time. But his wish of wanting to do this every year comes true, and he becomes Santa Claus. Okay, this episode, or I guess I should say episodes, because there is a remake of this in the 1985 iteration of the Twilight Zone. There's minor differences in terms of plot points. In the 85 version, there's no church scene, there's no sister, it's a manager, Mr. Dundee, who calls the police. Corwin doesn't go down to the station, and he doesn't give Mr. Dundee a specific bottle of brandy to prove he didn't steal anything. Instead, in the 85 version, as Corwin is being taken away, proceeds to out of the bag to prove his innocence. Other than that, it's relatively the same episode. I do think the first half of the original is better and stronger emotionally. It's moody, it's dark, it's depressing. It focuses more on the mall scene when Corwin gets fired and he's bent on all his frustrations, but the second half does fall a little flat, and for me, it's too comical. So that's why I think the second half of the 85 version is better and a lot stronger than the original. It's very cheerful, the emotions are high. It was just so heartwarming to see the neighborhood so lively, everyone having a good time putting up decorations all joyfully. Honestly, it can make you cry seeing everyone so happy receiving all these gifts, enjoying each other's company, basking in the holiday spirit, and being thankful for a Christmas miracle. Corwin in this version is gleeful. He is genuinely happy that he's able to do such a beautiful thing, and the whole time you just have a big grin on your face. I think the best thing to do is watch these episodes back to back to get the full experience. I know some people won't be into watching a show that came out in the 60s, but there's something different about it.
If I catch you trying that one more time, I'm gonna break both your arms up to the shoulder blades. Now go on, get out of here.
God damn. Mad violent. The aesthetic, the acting, their body language, the way they talk, it's just something magical. Honestly, this is my favorite show of all time and one of the greatest pieces of media of all time. Definitely highly recommend you throw this into your Christmas binge watch. Well, that's all the episodes I have to talk about. I know compared to last year's video, this is a fraction of the episodes I talked about, but quality over quantity. Now let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you receive or get for the holidays? What's your favorite Christmas episode? Or just leave a random comment. So with that, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and if you don't celebrate anything, have a blessed day or night. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, share with everything you might enjoy my content. Other than that, I'm out.